Hi, Catherine.
Carl,
Uh,
just perusing your list here, your outline.
um, I mean, let's talk about what you want to talk about if you have time. But I'm just it's such a struggle because these are all the ideas are also interrelated and
I will be able to help you more as soon as I get this grant put in.
say
I've
no
been
more.
I've been working with Joanna, bless her Purple Heart, and it's way better than it was. So I'm going to go in tomorrow and see if I can fill out all the pieces, and then that will be done. We are not
Congratulations.
going to do the ecology grant.
Which one was that?
That was the soil sampling.
Oh, we're not.
We're not.
What are we
There
doing?
was so much concern about lead in the soil and uncertainty about what biochar would actually do to it. It might hold it, but if we tested the soil afterwards with biochar in the soil, where the lead would probably show up, would it release the lead from the biochar in that testing? Everybody was just like really crazy about it. So we're just not going to go there. That and um, because we have no money in the bank, if I invoice the state for my time, we don't have any money to pay it. And ISI does not give us money, will not front any money. So there's no way to make that happen because we need to be reimbursed for that. So if we had money in the
Oh,
bank to pay me, then the state would reimburse and that would work, but we don't. So
is
it,
there but so when you have time, I'd like to learn more about the issue of biochar and if it's could remediate the lead in the soil because it's
what it would do would be to hold the lead so that it's inert in the soil.
so it's wet in the soil. It's
Inert, it's not
okay.
active. So that would be a good thing. But it's so new, there's really no examples, no research on it. And Nick was really circumspect. John was just crazy. It's like, well, you could do it this way. No, you couldn't do that way. If you did this, oh my God, this would happen. This would happen. I can send you his emails. He was just like, and the guy at the lab that I talked to was also not clear, and he said he would do some research. Um, we were looking at questions of, well, if biochar is to take up the toxins, would it be inoculated before it's put in, or would we leave it empty so that it would pick up the toxins? Those were questions we didn't know. I don't have time to do, I mean, it's
Yeah.
due in just a few days, and I don't have answers, and people are too. So those two big things were the reason why.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go, Catherine. Asking questions beyond our science.
Yes, I bite off way more than we can all chew. But the other thing that's happened is that Michael Pilarski from Seattle, who is a 50-year permaculturist and really big in the permaculture and in earth repair. He's got a company called Earth Repair, and he wants to do a summit on earth repair. And he's a former Spokane person. So we are agreeing to do 2 days of permaculture. Well, it will be earth repair. I'm suggesting earth repair on one day and permaculture on the second day. Um, and he's already got 4 or 5 people that he clued in on the email who are talking about things to do. One of them is Jesse Spur, who's sort of a new board member. And we missed our board meeting tonight.
We did or I did.
We all did. So we have to regroup on that one. And what else? So yeah. So anyway, so we've got 4 or 5 people from the
What, what,
permaculture
what was
group.
Michael's last name?
Pilarski, Pilarski. He's also known as Skeeter. And yeah, he's been in permaculture for a long time. He earns his living raising medicinal herbs, which he sells. Uh, Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's yeah, and he's done it for a long time. So he's really well known. All the ERA group, which is Eco Restoration Alliance, which a lot of the big folks belong to. He belongs to, um, and I think was a co-founder of
Is
it.
that a Seattle group?
No, it's on the East Coast.
Oh,
So that's John Skull, Dee Dee Purehouse, um, just yeah, all sorts of Zach Weiss is one, all sorts of people belong. So it's and it's been really good. I've met people are recognizing Soil Smart a little bit and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, and he is a dynamo. When I first contacted him, well, we got Jesse through him. He's just made all sorts of connections for us. He's been really supportive. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
what's maybe last question before because you clearly want to talk about something, but earth repair, what is that specifically about and what they do? It's
Well, and that's one of the things that Michael's more concerned about, and that's what the ERA is all about, is earth restoration. And ERA is the company that's doing a program in Panama.
with Brian.
Yeah, with Brian.
Can you put the
So
name of that company in the chat?
uh maybe.
Because I suck at spelling.
Oh, that's the wrong one. My mouse is just making me absolutely crazy. It just quits, and it's just like this fight to get it back. It's just
How old
really.
is it?
Oh, it's new, and it's really recently charged, and it's just
Do you have a plug-in? Is it a plug-in mouse that recharges or
yeah,
wow, fancy.
yeah, but it's a pain.
Oh, with the organization,
Oh,
the if I
okay,
Google earth repair, does that will I find it?
I don't know. Oh, the other thing, the other thing that's happened. Oh, see, everything. It just I don't know what happened. So uh, so we've just gotten signed up for Stripe, which means we can accept money. And the network is ready for me to make that happen. They eliminated all of the money connections that we had. So all the plans I made are dead and I have to redo them all.
Oh,
And anyway, I'm hoping that we get this grant because then I'm going to get help with the network and that would make a really big difference. That would really be helpful. So let's see, Michael. Oh, there he is. So Michael Pilarski. So these are his websites. So the Earth Repair Global Earth Repair Foundation is his. And Friends of the Trees Botanicals is probably his business. Oh, Northwest Herb Ballfire is probably also the other business. Um, so let's see. I still have to reconnect with Roberto about doing the webinar. Um, and if the developers will be there, he said he would talk to them. Um, and so we'll see, that might be possible. And then
the
Mich
developers, you mean the Corbett's?
the Corbett's, yeah. And Michelle Smith, you might know her from GRC. She has a company called Circle Forward, and they do alternative governance structures with the focus on, well, I don't know, they use sociocracy, but they do other things also. And she also works on networks of companies. So she's agreed to talk about governance in community.
Wow. You are so wow. Can't keep up.
So we'll have 4 or 5 seminars. I haven't heard from Mark Lakeman. I've dinged him so many times, so I'm just going on without him. If he decides to come in, we can add him. But for right now, it's like we're going with what we got. Um, so I can, and I will this week, make all those links live so people can register. So I'm charging $25 for the webinars, and they could get all of them for 50 or 75, depending on how many we have. So we'll see if that goes, what that happens, what that looks like.
So these are this is like four, one, two, three, four websites.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um I have some updates about local tree people, but do you have other what was your are we talking about what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't heard from Jack. I don't know if we are set up for a time with Jack. I
I'm
remember
gonna probably talk
what.
to Jack this evening. When's your grant? So which grant are you doing?
So it's a capacity building grant for Nova Foundation, and it's due on the 30th. So 2 days. Um,
And the purpose, the goal, or
the goal will be we are asking for money to send 2 people to the Soil Food Web school to be trained. And one of the things I kind of realized while writing the grant, the Spokane has had a master composters program for, I don't know, 20 years, and the new person doesn't want to do it.
doesn't
So,
want to do the food to web?
no, she doesn't want to do composting. So, Spokane had a master composters program, and she's killing it. So, there's no place in Spokane now to learn how to compost.
She got the job, and her goal was to kill it.
Yeah, it's not what she wants to do. She's reinterpreting the job, and they're letting her. So, that's that.
Oh, good old Trump thinking.
So she's doing that. Well, she's really being helpful. She's going to advertise our stuff. She may let us use an application for helping people register and that kind of stuff. So she's been fine. It's just she's killing the program. So we're going to
Was
kind
there
of pick
much
it
of a
up.
program, or was there people
Oh,
who?
I mean, it was the only program, and they had, oh, she probably had 25 people in it when I went through it. And so pretty consistently, they had like 25 people. It was free, but it was 6 weeks, and you had to promise to do 40 hours of volunteer work, which a lot of people didn't do. Um, and she just decided she doesn't want to do it. So I'm going to talk to her about picking up where they left off and using the resources that were built for that program, if she would be willing to turn those over to us, like location, and there's some equipment and that kind of stuff. She
Yeah,
might. And then these people would be trained to do it, and they would do it actually better than what was done because they really understand soil health, or they will when they're trained. So it will be a much deeper program than what she offered anyway.
and people with are more motivated to
So,
to
so, so we're getting people trained to do that, and then I'm going to send somebody to Zach Weiss's school to be trained in land redesign or land hydrology is kind of what I'm calling it now. So that he'll come back with that skill and be able to teach classes in that, and be able to help us with our Miyawaki or any other plans that we have here that would working with the city or whatever. So those 2 things. And then the third thing is to give us enough money to hire a coach to and consultant to work with us on the network. So we would do 6 months of redesigning the network in a way that actually works and that maybe I will actually understand.
The network being your website sort of stuff?
No, where we have our board meetings. That's
Oh,
the
oh,
network.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that would all be refreshed, and it is being refreshed. It's all being rebranded as Soil Smart. So the Coming Home project is sort of gone. Um, and it's a Soil Smart, Soil Wise community.
Well,
Uh,
that actually kind of my gut reaction is it seems like it's simpler.
yeah, yeah,
Hang
yeah.
on a second. My Ruth is calling me. One second.
Okay. Hmm. See. Mhm.
All right, sir. Um, um, Ruth had to tell me she asked me if I'd seen the latest or the turmoil caused
Oh,
by Trump with the
yeah.
funding. She,
Yep.
I think there's another half dozen other actions he's taken that are unconstitutional. But as
Oh,
I
yeah. But everybody's going to have to fight him. He's firing people. The big thing that has created the uproar is the halting all funding.
right, that's the one she mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, just fits everything. People aren't getting operations. They're not, all sorts of things are happening because people don't know if they're going to get reimbursed.
I'll tell you what, I'm not as gracious as you are, but I hope a large number of freaking rednecks in Tennessee are feeling the hurt.
Yep. And I'm hoping they're going to stand up and say, who do you think you are? Or what are you doing?
I hope a grandma or two die in the red South because something wasn't done.
Yep.
It's like enough of them need to die for people to wake up.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
I'm not apologetic at all about
Well,
screw your graciousness, screw it's just like nothing's gonna change until a lot of grandmas die
yep.
and maybe a few children die of cancer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Or if his kids get sick.
I actually I responded, I think to a post on Instagram about his cancer thing, and I said I hope his son dies of cancer.
Yeah. It's,
Anyways,
yep. Well, it's so fast and furious that it can't last for long. The other really interesting thing he's done now, which is could really have repercussions, was he's offered all of the federal employees 7 months' wages to leave.
that's good for the budget.
Well, that's what he thinks. But and it, I mean, if the people who don't care leave, it's great. But if the people who do care leave, it will not be. And I
Well,
don't think they're going to find jobs other places either because the whole funding thing has upset everything. And we're going to see so many people out of work if that persists. There'll be
there's
no
so
place for them to go.
wait, I'm
So
gonna when you
it's
said what did you say? You said oh it can't you didn't say sustainable, but it can't
it can't
it
last.
it can't last. But what do you mean by that? Like you mean like the
There's going
Congress
to
will
have
wake
to
up
be,
and say you can't keep
well, I
all
think
this
there's
case
going to be a sufficient pushback to slow him down. I mean, he's doing
just
all
based
these
on the
orders.
just because of the chaos. Yeah, I think or is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just I mean, he's doing all these orders. There can't be that many in his mind. Well, they're not in his mind. They're in the they're not coming out of him. Yeah, I mean, they're not his ideas. They're all from the 2025 plan.
Yeah,
So he's just following that. But
yeah.
there can't be that many other things that he can really upset, she says, um, for too much longer. So another week, maybe. And then it's all implementation. He set
And
up the
that
flurry, and so now they have to deal with the implementation, and that's not his strong suit. It's not anybody's strong suit he's brought in. So there's going to be all sorts of problems, no matter, you
you
know.
know
So I
probably to be kind of logical about it. It's nobody's strong suit. Who like is there the Harvard
oh,
School of Dismantling and Government PhD? No.
no, but there are people who understand how to manage people and that kind of stuff, and that's not who he's hiring. He's
No, I
hiring
mean there's
people who have no experience with anything, so they're not going
I,
to be able to
I
manage it.
actually think that people who have those skills, they're smart enough to know that this is not I don't know. I'm hoping.
Well, I think that's true, and the question is, can they stay there long enough to withstand this? Because those are the people you need. You don't want the government filled with a bunch of dimwits who don't know anything. I mean, so much of any job is being there for a while, so you know how to do it. It's not like you can just walk into the stuff. So the chaos he's creating can last for a very long time if the wrong people leave. And that is people who understand their jobs. And they're the ones he's threatening. So
Yeah.
yeah, nope.
Actually, just got an email that something a note that I probably need to respond to. Um, um, oh God,
So when do you start the working with uh
Encino.
Encino? Yeah.
Well, I've already started working. I've been working with him since summer. Not very fast, but
So
um the next phase, I hope here in the near future, next week or so. Um, Lee, who's the director, um, she asked me to, for a summary of what, which is what I prepared, but she wanted me to include some notes about why building with steel, so her
mhm.
board
Yeah, I
understands
saw
it.
that. Yeah.
I thought it was a nice, pithy little kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
major points.
So what company are you bringing in to do the land hydrology?
I don't know who we have to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, you can look on the Water Story site and they have lists of people. So if you want to use people with Zach's expertise, if it's big
Oh,
enough, you might get him. I mean, there's a place to talk to them about hiring him too.
yeah. I hope the fellow who brought me in is has taken Zach Weiss's class, and he had a a falling out or separation of vision with Lee.
Oh,
Hopefully, he's not poisoning the well or
right, right.
um um.
Well, I don't know if you spent time on Zach's website though, but it's really lovely. And he's such a poet. So it's really worth spending time, and that might help her also
Yeah.
see who he is and the kinds of folks. Um,
I mean, I think this project has a potential to be
a
a really
model.
a really significant model for
Yeah, 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 yeah. And so that might appeal to Zach. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah.
And
Um,
also Mitch's tool might be useful.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
The this next phase, part of what will happen in the next phase is determining who we need in the team.
Right.
I mean, really going to start kind of really general master planning about kind of a list of things they want. Before, and this is before where they want goes with any precision.
Yeah.
And I also a more a better articulated set of priorities, which would include specific uh, processes for the land, and and I like this idea of listening to the land. So
Yeah. I mean, well, depending on who you get for water, I mean, Peter Donovan might be willing to just come down and walk and make ideas. That's another possibility.
where's he, Peter Donovan? Is he?
He's in Oregon. He's a little closer.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
so and actually, I need to take some do something. But I had a beer. I actually had two beers over, just in case you're worried, Mom. Over a course of God, 4 or 5 hours with a friend of mine who works for the Council for Watershed Health, which is a pretty well established nonprofit in Los Angeles for
okay.
regional water issues. And I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's very connected to the whole water people in LA.
Hmm.
Um, and um, was quite um, um, maybe a bit overwhelmed with all my well articulated interconnections.
Very good.
Actually, his director, the director of the nonprofit, lost her house in the Altadena fire.
Uh,
And so he does. So part of what the community is people who want to, trying to create a movement or some kind of um, momentum for people in a community to develop strategies and maybe even design on the
yeah,
neighborhood scale.
very
And so,
nice.
and
Yeah.
I thought that was much more likely than getting architects to stop building with wood.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, um,
they might be more open to not using wood too.
Well,
But
yeah, I mean, in my mind, and this is why I want to like try to sort through all these
right.
different things. Is I mean, somehow I kind of think that if you get people to start to be aware of um, systems thinking or more holistic thinking through the water, like in your neighborhood or in your yard, and then you get them to realize, holy shit, we have 16 million acres of monocrop forest that
Yep.
are have been depleting our cloud coverage and making
Yep.
it hotter. Um,
Yep.
maybe we should start. That's that's a tall order.
That, yeah.
That is
And
a
I,
huge industry. That's
well, I'm still thinking that there's ways to interplant. And I was going to talk to Jim Archula, but I haven't. Um, but and I'm not sure Jim's actually the actual right guy, but I'm sure there's somebody thinking about interplanting monocrop forests
uh,
because we've got to do something with them and you can't cut them all down.
yeah, I'm not clear. It's not clear that cutting them down is.
Would not be, I mean, yeah. So I do think there's interplanting that can be done. And some trees would disappear to open canopy and that kind of stuff. But I think there's just a lot that you could sort of put in a Miyawaki forest underneath them in a way. Um, I think that would be possible, but I haven't talked to anybody about that. I haven't had the time. Once I get this grant out, we'll see.
Gosh, I
Maybe I
wonder.
can.
Okay, I wonder. Yeah, it's a huge question.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It is really huge. And
Yeah,
interplanting would be much easier and I think would be doable. Um, and I think it would be doable at scale because there are all sorts of things, seed bombs and things that you can even drop from planes if they're, I mean, you'd have to go in and take out some trees, but then that would leave space for just splashing things down there, I think would be a possibility.
yeah. I found. Yeah, I mean, this is just another. I
Yeah.
found an article about clear cutting. Something about if only like 20, so I can go back into the numbers, but when only 20% of the trees are cut down and in a timber forest,
Mm-hmm.
it increases flooding by 38% or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And,
Yeah.
this is this is the what I talk about. I say that the this forest practices the other ecological downsides are flooding, stream pollution, killing of fish. So that's in fact actually I wrote on my I printed that thing out and I wrote I needed to I need to add more information about the biotic pump and the larger ecological picture.
Yep.
Um,
But,
anyway,
yeah. I mean, if you begin to see how it's all connected, it
and that
makes really
seems like
good
I mean
sense.
maybe that's part of the lead in is somehow how do you tell the story of the interconnectedness of things?
Yeah.
And boy, it's
So let
anyways.
me ask you a question. Do you know how to find the things you've saved on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
How do you
Um,
how do you do that?
it's um let me it's really a strange process. At least this is what I think this is what you do. This is what I'm always doing. Um hang on a second.
Oh, there it is, saved items.
Did you get it?
Well, not
But there's
really.
it's a two-stage process. I'm going to my LinkedIn.
Okay, post save. All right.
So um see, saved items
Oh, that I had that's where it was.
and then save
I
post and articles.
Yes, I actually found it. So thank you. I have to ask questions and then my mind figures it out. If I don't ask, I can't do it. It's really interesting.
Mm. But
Uh,
it's
d-
maybe I save maybe we don't use maybe we use that function more than most, but it doesn't seem to be high priority with um which I mean there's so much goes through that if you want to respond to something you don't have time, you have to save it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There was, oh, this very interesting thread I got into with all of these high-powered people. It made me very nervous. Actually, in fact, I haven't said anything. I didn't feel like I had qualifications to talk about it at all. Um, Let me see if I can find it. And Anastasia shared a video. I don't know if it will come up if I do her name. I can't remember. It was a whole bunch of people on this thread. Warming or cooling? Maybe this is it. And I wanted to send you this video and then I got distracted. Um, Anastasia is just great. She's like Natalie. She just includes all sorts of stuff in her writing.
Is he has but does he filter more?
Well, her focus, I mean, she's the one who came up with the biotic pump, okay?
Oh, okay.
So, and she writes extremely well, much better than she talks. She's got a big accent and it's really hard to
Was she the
understand.
woman you told me was on this discussion, but the other guy, the male, talked over her?
No, oh no, that was Dee Dee. That's Dee
Oh,
Dee Purehouse,
oh,
Piercehouse. Yeah, and that was Alpha Low who talked over her.
oh, yeah.
But she said, and he does that. But she said that they really came up with solutions. And I got so bored that I didn't listen to the whole thing. So I'm trying to find it again. And I know it's up there somewhere. Why is this not?
Um,
Because this was a whole thread with a whole bunch of people.
you
Um,
know, I'll just share this with you as sort of a idea. I'm getting better and better at like if I am going to research a topic like whatever ag products or something, right?
right.
And I'll open up, from trying to go from one question to another. I'll get easily 10 or 15 um, um, tabs open in a window,
Uh-huh.
and I and then I save it as I save those separately from other things.
We
Um,
kind of talked about this, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but this is I'm getting better and better at kind of being
Oh,
kind
okay.
of
Yeah,
managing
I think
it.
I have some.
So like what I do, and I don't know if this makes sense. If not, I can. If it doesn't, I can maybe take a screenshot or something like that. But I'll do is like I'll have each month I have and I do it I start over each month. So I go tab A, tab B, go down. But I'm starting to do is tab A um one, tab A two to bunch the subjects up.
Yeah.
So if I open up and if I do another search that has something to like maybe timber or fire or something like that. So I'll instead of having a new tab like tabs a different whole letter, I'll call it tab A2 or A3.
Okay. Yeah.
That seems to be I'm kind of feeling good about that. It's
Oh, yeah. I am just, oh, I found the thread and See, and this is the thing, it doesn't come back the same way. When you go back to it, it's different. There's one of Anastasia's. There's a second. I mean, this whole thing was incredibly interesting, and people wrote really, really long replies. So these are all folks who really know what they're doing, and they have oh darn, where is the so the reason why this is important actually is that it is a treatise from the forest industry.
This something that had to do with Natalie or
No, this
not
is what
Natalie, but
Anastasia found. See, part of the whole point of this thread is that somebody saw something about forestry in Sweden, and it was really dissing the Swedish method of forestry, which is evidently permeated worldwide. And so they were talking about this, and some people took offense because it was a hit piece. Other people,
are you on this? Is this an article or
no, it's a thread.
a thread to a?
Yeah, it was a email that I got, and then all these people responded to it.
Oh,
So we have Anastasia Markeva, we have David Ellison, Robert Lewis, Hart Hagen, Michael Pilarski, John Schull.
can you
Um,
forward that email to me? Is
I can try, but I don't know what you're going to get because, like I'm telling you, I'm going through it looking for the thing she put in here, and I'm not finding it. And I'm
oh,
going through everybody's emails, but she put in this incredible video, very casually. She's very non-confrontational. She just said, "Well, I thought you would be interested in this. I found it interesting." That's all she said about
so
it.
what's how do you spell her name? Or can you spell her name in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm so bad with them.
Yeah, well, so am I. And I let's see if I can find it because I can't spell it without copying and pasting. Well, and she's oh, there she is. Okay.
So you think if I Google her name and Swedish logging or timber
Oh, well,
practice?
you could try. I mean, like I said, this is in an email, so it's not, the logging thing I'm sure is on the web, but it was this whole treatise on how everything should be of wood.
That
And
everything should be.
everything, I mean, they just had yes, it was, and I knew you would appreciate it. But now I can't find it.
Is this something from? This is what somebody said.
This was an official video from the forest industry.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, uh,
I mean, have I shared with you? I'm
and I
probably.
don't know if I can forward this. Um, I'm not seeing a way to do that like I usually do. Well, maybe this will do it. In new window. No. Print all, expand all.
Um,
Oh, there it is. Okay. So
I
let me.
I know I sent. I'm sure I know I sent this to you, but and you don't.
Oh, there it is. There it
Oh,
is.
oh my gosh.
Okay. So here's the URL.
Forestry for a sustainable future. Forestry call.
The
Oh, this is a
Swedish.
video. Oh,
Yeah, yes, that's what I said. It's a video. All right, there you go.
I um I know I sent this to you before, but this is the article from the World Resources Institute, which is a pretty reliable. But wood is not the green thing that we.
Ah,
Oh, oh, I think so the email. Oh, it's not
So yeah, I did send you the email.
Oh, it says it can't be loaded.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Is the video that you were
Really,
playing that
really.
must have a link separate?
Oh, well, I put the link in the chat. It's there.
Um, it says it's a conversation that can't be
So
loaded.
that was the link below that, the new one,
Oh, I
is the
haven't.
link
It's just, I've
to,
only seen one.
to just the video.
Did you send it?
I think so.
I'm being blackballed by the wood industry. They don't let me see it.
Um, yeah, so yeah, it's right under her name.
Um, but that's a Gmail or a Google Mail that I
Oh,
can't
well,
open.
it is. Oh,
But if you were playing if you played the video in a separate window, you should be able to send the link to me.
well, that's what I thought it was doing, but it was not doing that. So I put it into YouTube, and now I should be able to give you the YouTube link. There you go.
Oh, this is
Called More of Everything. The film Swedish forest industry doesn't want you to see.
I'm sorry. What? This is the video that the what? What did you say?
It's called More of Everything. The film Swedish forest industry doesn't want you to see.
That's the video. That's the video you just sent me.
Yes, it is.
Oh, so this is a good video. So this is a video that is critical of the lumber industry.
I think so.
All right,
Yes.
well, gives me some stuff to, you
The
know,
forest industry claims to hold the magic wand wood. Wood is to be used for everything from energy, disposable articles, and cardboard and paper, packaging and makeup, to fuel for an ever expanding transport sector. Forest industry spends millions on advertising, public relations, and lobbying in order to present their products and raw materials as a solution for a sustainable future. In this film, a number of prominent and independent scientists and experts take a closer look at the Swedish forestry model and the claims made by the industry.
are you reading from the
I'm reading from the YouTube.
oh, here the more. Oh, this is so cool. Well, my friend Jack was interviewed on CNN about the
Oh,
fires
oh, nice.
because he has he's done some reporting through somebody, but he's got I think I've he's getting really interested in my question. um, he sent me a link to an article that was on Bloomberg, I guess today.
Oh,
It's about a few houses that have survived, and then architects talking about why they survived.
yeah.
And I did have a quick read, and for the most part, they were um, here just to test my logic here on you. I mean, because I appreciate your insights, and I'll send more because you. But my summary was that most of the explanation was they were built to the 2008 upgraded fire code,
Mm,
which big picture, 1 hour walls on the outside, um, smaller vent ducts, blah blah blah. But then I said, that the um, I don't think that. So, I'm paraphrasing. I said I don't think that's I don't think it's on far enough. For example, 40% of the houses built after 2008 in paradise burned. So that's not a very good batting average.
And they were built to the same standards?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Does that I mean that I think it's a compelling
Yeah.
at least opening. Um, and then I added the note that there was a family whose whose house did not burn down, but they went inside and they realized that all the interior walls um, charred because the air temperature inside was between 400 and 500 degrees, and they couldn't stand the smell, of course, and they had to spend $300,000 in replacing the wood framing inside the house.
Yeah, yeah,
And of course, the insurance company doesn't pay for that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
um, I think that's really compelling sort of evidence that like, we need to, the WUI code's not enough.
Well, did you see my notice that I've joined the ALS or AIS here? The Architect Institute, whatever that is.
AIA?
Oh, it's not AIA here. It's AIS, I think. Anyway, they're doing a couple of events around design and that kind of stuff. So I will be attending them. I'm hoping I can do credit to your. So we're the rethink tank, so we get to rethink all
Okay,
sorts of
that's
things.
right.
So yeah.
All right. I need to talk to my friend drafting guy so to
Okay.
um
I'm gonna because I missed our board meeting, I'm gonna have to redo that. And is there a time that works for you? I mean, if we put it off till next week, which we could, but it'll all be pretty much passé at that point, a lot of things. If we could do it this week, that would be good. And then we would do it
I mean
a couple
probably
of
I could
weeks.
say most is it was supposed to be at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock, yeah.
Tomorrow or Thursday at 5 could work.
Okay, so I will send out I don't know where Mitch is. And Jessica supposedly put it in her calendar, but I didn't, and I don't know if I heard from her. I mean, I haven't been paying anything attention to anything. I've just been doing the grant all day. So I don't know if she said anything about oops. But I hadn't queued her in yet. So it was going to be her first board meeting. Uh, so okay, I will see if I can set that up and
Okay,
let you know.
don't I'm opening up these. Just darn it. Check this. Um, um, I got two of these. Trying to open two of these websites. I got a question that I've never seen before from Zoom about. Are you sure you want to go there?
Oh, it's probably because he doesn't. I don't know why they don't fix it to add the S on it. If they don't add the S, then you get one of these things. But if you just click
Yes.
through, it's fine. Yeah,
Okay, but I opened them. It's
yeah.
actually this is a funny thing. When I opened up that YouTube video, there was a commercial that my wife and I always laugh about, which was like 5 words that you mispronounced 2 years before your brain shuts
Weird.
down.
Yes.
Oh God. All right.
Okay. All right.
Bye,
Talk to you
Catherine.
soon. Bye-bye.